Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show. A look at sports in and around the Tuscarawas Valley.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show is brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota. For a great deal on a new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, see a Ferris wheel. Ferris on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Now, here are your Big Time Sports Guys.
Big Time Sports Guys.
Taking care of sports business is the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn.
Good evening, high school basketball fans, and welcome again to Big Time Sports. We're here tonight to talk tournament basketball. We just recently had the Tourney drawings yesterday, and tonight I have brought in a special guest of mine, an old buddy of mine, your favorite sports writer. After the first break, I'm going to bring in Roger Metzger, and Roger and I are going to tell you all about the landscape in high school tournament basketball. But, of course, before we do that, let me do a couple dance steps here and tell you what's happening on the Big Time Sports. Let's talk TV, okay? Television. Friday night, of course, the big one in T County. It's the Dover-Philly basketball game, and the Big Time Sports Guys will be there to bring you all the action. You can watch the replay of Dover against New Philadelphia. Watch it Friday night at 10:30 and again Saturday morning at 9. Then let's go to the Big Time Federal League up in Stark County. We are going to bring you a dandy. The house will be rocking at Jackson High School. And if you haven't seen the Polar Bears play yet, Polar Bears are pretty darn tough. They should be, in my humble opinion, in the Final Four at the state tournament. But you never know what could happen in tournament play. So Saturday night on television, the Big Time Sports Guys will be at Jackson High School. St. Iggy, baby. St. Ignatius taking on the Jackson Polar Bears. You can watch that one Saturday night at 11 o'clock and again Sunday at 1. It's St. Ignatius and Jackson Saturday night at 11 o'clock and again Sunday afternoon at 1. Our radio game, Friday night, baby. Friday night on 1350 a.m. The Big Time Sports Guys will bring you the radio game on 1350 a.m. That is Highland at Talmadge. Should be a pretty good game. Both teams pretty tough up in that part of Portage County. Friday night, 7:30, 1350 a.m. And very quickly, don't forget, go to BigTimeSportsOhio.com. That's our website. You can catch every game we do again on our website and on our mobile app. Our website is BigTimeSportsOhio.com. Our mobile app, of course, is BTS Ohio. Check out the scoreboard every game night on our mobile app at BTS Ohio. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we are going to talk tourney basketball with America's favorite sports writer, Roger American Idol Metzger. We'll be back after you watch this from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Here's a great way to start off the new year. Buy a new 2016 Buick Enclave from Ferris and save more than $8,800. Hi, this is Dan Hosteller from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac. Come to Ferris and save more than $8,000 on a new 2015 Buick LaCrosse. Over $5,200 on a new 2016 best-selling Buick Regal. The selections and deals are right here at the Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Superstore on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
When buying or selling a home, the first thing is to make the call.
McIntyre Realty.
Our marketing plan speaks for itself. We get results with over 700 sales last year.
So, Molly and Colin, have you made a decision yet? Yes, we have. I don't know, Molly. That's a lot of money. But it's the one I want.
Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. We take that seriously. One of every 4 homes sold is listed by McIntyre Realty. Make the call to McIntyre Realty, the sign that sells.
The Tuscarawas County Catholic Schools invite you to be a saint. We are open to all. We are affordable. We offer a safe family environment, strong academic programs focused on student learning and character formation centered on gospel values. We are Immaculate Conception School, Tuscarawas Central Catholic Elementary School, and Tuscarawas Central Catholic Junior Senior High School. Be a saint.
Welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. Tonight we are talking high school tournaments, and who better to bring in to talk high school basketball and tournaments other than America's favorite sports editor and writer, my buddy Roger Metzger. And Roger, my young friend, welcome aboard again.
Thank you. Always nice to be here, Charlie.
You really mean that, don't you?
Yes, I certainly do.
Hey, so tell me about, first of all, I'm going to shower you with a couple accolades.
You
here.
are.
Yeah. Now, an accolade, Roger, means that I'm going to make you look good.
Well, I need all the looking good I can get.
Now, you see, you and your crew over there at the Times Reporter, you got, let's see, Jimmy Haynes, who, by the way, is a lot better sports writer than he is golfer. He can't golf, but he can write sports.
I'll take your word for it.
Then you got the old standby. You bring him out of the bullpen once in a while, Darren Lotchenslager.
Yeah.
He always does a great job for you.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Hank, of course, Hank's been put on the shelf as far as sports goes. Hank is now in some lofty position,
he is.
With the big guys in the newsroom.
But
is that right?
when I need wrestling coverage, Joe, I go to Hank Keithley because he is the man that knows wrestling. So.
He does. He is a wrestling expert, right?
Yep.
All right, now I'll tell you what. Let's take a minute here and tell me, did I miss anybody else? Every once in a while, do you bring in our old buddy Jeff Williams to do a game or two for you?
Well, Jeff is kind of retired from us now, but we do have some new people. We got Connie Evans, who used to be the librarian at New Philadelphia High. She is helping us out. Has done a game or so for us already. And Dean Shriver, who worked for us a few years ago, he's back in the area, and I've enlisted his help. So we're going to hopefully make a good tournament run with all these new people we got here. So.
All right, but I want to tell you, for a small town newspaper, see, people don't understand how fortunate we are to have guys like Roger Metzger and his sports staff gathering all these scores, writing all these stories. Okay, you guys do a great job covering high school sports.
Well,
dig?
thank you. We try, and we have some limitations with deadlines and whatnot, but we feel we do a pretty decent job of it.
All right, let's. I'll tell you what. Before we actually get into tournament play here, let's talk about the season that is almost coming to an end here. This weekend, of course, will be the last weekend of the season here in the Eastern District, up north in the Northeast District. Of course, they're always 1 week off, okay?
Right.
Raj, anything really jump out at you this season and really surprise you?
I don't know if it's a surprise, but the Garaway Pirate boys basketball team has really played well this year, and they've been playing neck and neck with Highland. And, of course, they got a big game coming up Friday night at Berlin for the IVC championship. Last week the girls had to decide matters, the Pirates and the Hawks, and this week it's going to be the boys. So they've had a great season. Obviously I mentioned Highland. They've been having a very successful season again. Dover, and you look at their record, they're a little bit above 500, but I mean they play hard ball every night. They go out and give it all they got. Of course, New Philadelphia.
13-7, New Philly, not
with
too
Michael
shabby.
Carl and John Marshall and Braden Young, good threesome there, and they've been playing some very good basketball. So, not really a lot of surprises, but I would guess. I mean, Garaway's like I said, undefeated in the league. So, we'll see what happens for Friday night.
Let's talk now. Since you mentioned Garaway and Highland, let's talk about the difference between last year's tournament and this year's tournament for those two teams, and you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I mean, Highland has always been a Division IV team. Now they've moved up to Division III, so obviously the competition is going to get a little stiffer. And who knows? I mean, I'm sure that they're going to play just as hard as they always do and play that good, intense defense and shoot the threes like they always do. But like I said, going up from Division 4 to Division 3 is a little bit of a different change. But that'll be kind of interesting to see how they do.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see because both Highland and Garaway, and of course, I don't want to steal any of your thunder for later on, but they should meet somewhere down the road in the district. But Garaway beat Highland in the first matchup this year.
Correct.
Of course, Game 2 is coming up this weekend, but Tuesday night of this week, Highland has got to go to TCC. Okay, and if TCC not too shabby, TCC might just sneak up on Highland Tuesday night over at TCC. So Highland's got a rough schedule this week. TCC Tuesday night, Garaway Friday night. So.
Right. And like you said, and there's another team, Central Catholic. I mean, they've had last year went to the Final Four, brought back a number of parts back in this year. So and Ty Colombo, Bo Beamer, they're playing really well. And you're right. I mean, they could throw a monkey wrench into the IVC here with the game Tuesday night.
All right, tournament time. Roger, let's talk first in this segment. You and I talk about D1 and D2, which of course, as you know, we've got two teams in the county that we're going to talk about in D1. We got one in D1, one in D2. So let's go to D1 first and take a look at our county rep.
And that's another thing. Dover, predominantly a Division II team all these years, gone up to Division I. So like I said, the competition's really going to get strong. They have to play in that Canton district. And their first round opponent is going to be at Glen Oak. They got the first two games are home games. So the Tornadoes are the number 7 seed. They have to go to Glen Oak, which is never easy. Got to play that on the 24th of February. So that's their first round game. Should they get by them, then they'd have to play Barberton at Barberton. So it really gets tough for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, it does. And of course, Roger, we've had the big time sports guys. We've had Glen Oak on, I think, 3 of our TV games so far this season. And Glen Oak is one of those teams. They're big and they're strong, but, man, I'll tell you what, they throw the ball all over the gym. So, but I don't think, now get this, I just thought of this. Wow, pretty smart, aren't I, Rob?
Absolutely.
Right now you're thinking, what's he going to say?
You haven't even said anything, and I agree with you.
Okay. If Bobby Von Kettle plays his game, slow it down, crawl up the floor, play half-court offense, okay? That's going to be a big advantage for Dover because Jackie Reynolds and his Glen Oak Eagles like to rip it and fire it and go, baby.
Yeah, I mean, tempo obviously is going to be the big thing for them. I mean, Dover wants to play that slow-down, methodical, offense, work for the good shot, play hard defense. So, and you're right, that's going to be a contrasting styles there. But, hey, Dover, they always play. It doesn't matter if the competition's big or small. I mean, they always play tough.
Yeah, I think right now I'm leaning towards the big-time sports guys covering that game on TV. All right, well, let's go now to the new Philadelphia Quakers, who we said are, 13 and 7 at this point in the season, and they're Division II. And Roger, what's their trail look like?
Well, they've opened up with West Holmes. West Holmes is struggling this year. They've only got 1 win, I believe. So it's probably looking pretty good that the Quakers might get a win there. But that's on the 19th. That's their opening round game. And then should they win that game, they would play either Claymont or Morgan. They're the number 3 seed in that regions or division. So it would be a 4-3. That would be a pretty decent matchup for the Quakers. I mean.
The Quakers are one of those teams, Roger, that I still can't figure out this season. One night, they look like they can beat anybody they play. The next night, they're not looking that good. They're up and down to me, but when Spurgeon has these kids playing, they're playing well.
That's for sure. But the problem is, I mean, the number 1 team in the region is going to be, it's John Glenn. They're the top team in the state. And they're the top team in the district. So that's going to be a problem for any team in our teams in that area. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat a team like John Glenn.
Our guy behind the camera tonight, Brandon Tilka, a big-time sports guy, he was on the St. V. John Glenn game And he said, man, I'm telling you what, Charlie, John Glenn is the full meal deal, baby.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you saw what they did. They went to Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary, and beat them. So they are the real deal. They're number one, and I guess that's the reason why.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Raj, sit tight, buddy, because when we come back, we are now going to talk Division III and Division IV. So here it is. It's tournament time on the Big Time Sports. That reminds me, watch all the tournament action right here on the Big Time Sports Network. We'll be back after you watch this from American Idol's favorite automotive dealer. It's Ferris Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac, Toyota.
Here's a great way to start off the new year. Buy a new 2016 Buick Enclave from Ferris and save more than $8,800. Hi, this is Dan Hosteller from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac. Come to Ferris and save more than $8,000 on a new 2015 Buick LaCrosse. Over $5,200 on a new 2016 best-selling Buick Regal. The selections and deals are right here at the Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Superstore on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Attending Buckeye Career Center gives me the available opportunity to not only develop the career skills I am passionate about, but I can also gain college credits that help me get ahead.
While attending Buckeye Career Center, I have the opportunity to be in a school work program to build on my resume and still attend my classes.
Does your gym have this? Does your gym offer personal training? Can you do this at your gym? Does your gym have this? Body pump, Route 250X training, tanning, class of choice. Does your gym have this?
Welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. Roger Metzger in the house, baby. And Roger, tournament time is always, particularly here in the T County area, it's always a great time of year for high school sports.
Yeah, everybody gets a second chance. I mean, even though whatever your record, if you got a losing record or a winning record, it doesn't really matter. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you're starting all over again, and you got a chance to do something. So,
you know, as I travel around, Northeast Ohio, and I do all these ball games, I actually look forward, Raj, to, and I'm sure it's not likewise, but I actually look forward to seeing people that I only get to see once a year.
Yeah.
You know, and I bump into them at these high school tournament games.
Yeah, it brings out the people from the woodwork. I mean, everybody wants to go see the tournament game, and rightly so.
All right, Raj, let's start with Division III. And to me, this is kind of a interesting division here. We've got local teams, Division III, Coshocton, Tusky Valley, Newcomerstown, Highland, and Garaway. All right, now, what's Las Vegas say about Division III? Have you got the word yet from Las Vegas?
I haven't heard from the Wynn Casino out there yet, but well, like we talked about, Garaway and Highland. Of course, the Garaway's number 1 seed, Highland's number 2 seed. They could meet in the district final. Wouldn't that be something? A third meeting between those two teams at a district level for a shot in the regional. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, that would be pretty outstanding. But like you said, there's other teams involved. Coshocton's had a very good year.
Yeah, Coshocton now, you know.
Very good year. They beat Dover at Dover. They're number 3 seed. They're very good.
Coshocton, Roger. Coshocton, are they in Highland's bracket or are they in Garaway's bracket?
They are in the Highland bracket. So you could see it. That would be interesting to see a Coshocton.
That's going to be, Mark Schleybaugh and his Highland Hawks better bring their A game because Coshocton can play good basketball when he wants to.
Jeremy 80, Dover grad, and he's his first year as a head coach. They've got 14 wins, I believe. Maybe it might be 15 now. 15-4. Playing very good basketball. They play kind of like Dover. They play methodical basketball, play good hard-nosed defense, and that would be interesting to see a Coshocton Highland matchup.
Well, in past years, at Meadowbrook. Division 4, district final, TCC, Highland. TCC, Highland. Malvern, Highland. Malvern, TCC. So this D3 that you were talking about is shaping up a lot like D4 in the district finals at Meadowbrook, because that is always a big game. The place is packed and the house is rocking. For example, last year in that Highland TCC, wow, what a basketball game that was. And I'll tell you what, if Highland and Garaway hook up, it'll be just as good wherever that district may be played. Now, take a minute and explain to me and everybody out there why we don't know where that district tournament is going to be held.
Well, they have it. It's a TBA. TBA. I've never been to TBA before.
No, I think it's what's that mean?
But that's, I think for travel considerations, they figure out where, and venues where they can get the most people. Like you said, more than likely it's going to be a Meadowbrook. Could be a Meadowbrook. That's always a beautiful venue to play basketball in. It's usually on a Saturday afternoon, and like you said, the place is packed. So it just depends on who when the smoke clears, who comes out of this and where they want to play it. But it is kind of a bad deal for us not knowing exactly where we're going to be. But I understand where they're coming from too. So.
All right, now so we got Garaway. All right, let's go to the top of the bracket. I see Highlands up here at the top. Yep. Highland plays who the first game?
Newcomerstown.
Wow.
On the, of course, IVC foes. They play them on the 19th, and that's the opening game, and that'll be followed by Tusky Valley and Bel Air. So we'll see what happens there. But Tusky Valley's had a okay season.
Stevie Frank.
And they play good basketball, so that could be very interesting. And then like I said, we mentioned Coshocton down here. The team Sandy Valley.
Sandy Valley sneak up and bite you, baby.
Very good. You talk about maybe surprises this season. Sandy Valley's had a very good year, playing some good basketball. Chad Nysel and Coach Gary Offenberger does a great job with these kids. So that could be very interesting, and we'll just see what happens there, I guess.
Let's now go to Division 4 because the clock is ticking here. Division 4, Raj, and it's my favorite division. Mainly because, it's got my alma mater, it's got Smoochie's alma mater, TCC, we got Strasburg in, and the games are played in the New Philly Gym, which is a nice venue, and it's close for the old guys. So tell me about the Division 4 tournament at New Philly.
Well, they had the seedings yesterday. Malvern was the #1 seed. Malvern, Denny Tucci, Jarrett Majestic, Mark Maley. They've had a great year. And deserving of the #1 seed, so they have that going for them. The #2 seed is Caldwell. I don't know too much about the Redskins, but they've been playing some good basketball. They're in the bracket down at Union Local, so they don't have to worry about them for a while. But and when we're looking at the top of the bracket with New Philadelphia, Strasburg and Frontier on Saturday the 20th at New Philadelphia. Follow that up with Central Catholic and Shenandoah at 7:30. So that's a nice doubleheader there. And the possibility of a Central Strasburg rematch or third game in the next round for a trip to the district. And of course, then, like I said, we'd had Malvern down at the bottom here in that bracket. They would, should they prevail, they would face Bel Air St. John for a district berth.
I'm looking forward to a Strasburg TCC rematch because they split during the regular season.
Right.
Okay. The Big Time Sports TV crew, of course, was on both games up at Strasburg. Okay. Central took them down. Central beat them at Strasburg.
Right.
Okay. Back at Central, it was a different story. Coach Miller had the Saints ready to play, and the Saints had their way with the Tigers. At Central Catholic.
And then you get them on a neutral floor, and then anything can happen.
Well, guess what? How about the sidebar? Tyrone Miller, coach of the Saints, and Adam Hall, coach of the Tigers, brothers-in-law.
How about that?
All right. Top assistant coach at Central, Jamie Herron. Top assistant coach at Strasburg, Jamie Herron's brother. So we got two top assistants, brothers, for each team. So
how about that?
There's a lot of action going on behind the scenes that you and I, as commenters, don't know about.
Yeah, that's really a nice web of in there that both teams have relatives on it, and I got a feeling that you are going to see that. I think Central and Strasburg are going to meet there on the 27th, and that should be a dandy.
All right, here's what we got to do. We got to throw out the trivia question. It's BTS. Let me get it for you. What is my trivia address, Brandon? It is btstrivia@gmail.com. Repeat, btstrivia@gmail.com. Roger Metzger, trivia question this week, my friend.
All right, well, since we're talking boys basketball, I'd like to know who is the last Tuscarawas County team to win a state championship in boys basketball.
All right, one more time for everybody out there.
Last Tuscarawas County boys basketball team to win a state championship.
All right, thanks, Roger. There you have it, the trivia question. You can win dinner for two at the Dennison Yard, and I'm going to give you two free passes to take in a movie at the Quaker Theater. Got to run, got to get our last break in there. We'll be back after you watch this from Ferris Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac, Toyota.
Here's a great way to start off the new year. Buy a new 2016 Buick Enclave from Ferris and save more than $8,800. Hi, this is Dan Hosteller from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac. Come to Ferris and save more than $8,000 on a new 2015 Buick LaCrosse. Over $5,200 on a new 2016 best-selling Buick Regal. The selections and deals are right here at the Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Superstore on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Your locally owned and operated Little Caesars Pizza at 539 West High Avenue in New Philadelphia is now open for business. Stop in for their $5 hot and ready pizza all day, every day. No need to wait, no need to call ahead.
Hi, I'm Andrea from Little Caesars Pizza. My family and I invite everyone to come try our food. Come in for our $5 hot and ready pizza. No need to call ahead, just stop by and pick it up for only $5. Little Caesars Pizza on West High Avenue in New Philly and on West Tusk in Canton.
When you need dependable trash pickup, go with a company that's been serving our communities for over 60 years. A local family-owned company. Choose Kimball Recycling and Disposal. Kimball is leading the way in environmental solutions by offering curbside recycling and trucks powered by cleaner burning and locally produced natural gas. We offer competitive rates and are dedicated to serving our customers. Call today for the best service in the industry. Kimball, for recycling and disposal done right.
Welcome back to the final segment on the Big Time Sports Show. And Roger Metzger, my young friend, you and I are going to play the Crystal Springs name game.
Yeah, I was going to say I was parched here and I needed some Crystal Springs water, and I'm glad I got some now.
What are you saying? Are you saying you want me?
No. I'll tell you what. I'll ask you, and you always ask me.
Yeah. All right.
How do you describe the Crystal Springs?
All right. So
take a swig of that.
All right. You want me to take a swig of this delicious Crystal Springs water?
I do. And go ahead and tell me what you think.
Roger, I got one word to describe this Crystal Springs water.
Is it good?
Delicious, baby. Huh? Wow. I love that Crystal Springs water.
Let me try it.
All right. Go ahead, Roger.
That was aqualicious.
Wow! Aqualicious. That's 3 syllables, Roger. Aqualicious. Wow. There you have it, my buddy Roger Metzger and old Mello playing the Crystal Springs name game. So don't forget, big games coming up this weekend. Dover versus Philly down here in T County, and up north on the Big Time Sports Northern Network, it's St. Ignatius and Jackson. Rog, thanks for dropping by, buddy. I'll catch you down the tournament trail.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Rog, help me say good night. Right. Keep your socks high.
And your powder dry.
And together, Roger, bye-bye.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Tune in every week and See the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.